damn good coffee.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Nah.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
Yeah, about that. Just nah. Good morning, folks. Well, maybe not such a good morning. It is Wednesday Hump Day, August 12th, 2026. The day that gravity is supposed to stop working for 7 seconds, which is enough for me to kind of float away. I don't need a whole lot of time, but it's supposed to happen in 29 minutes. So we'll see. We're here covering the live event. We're seeing if gravity stops working here. My money is on no. I don't think it's gonna happen. But you never know. Birds aren't real, and the Earth is flat. So anyway, Optimum Online sucks. Here's the problem with Optimum Online. As if you watch this program at all, you know, every day for the last many weeks. Excuse me. That must be Optimum Online causing me to cough. We've had internet problems. And they always, the customer service there, the bot, first you get a bot, and the bot wants to ask you what the problem is. You say no internet, and it says, well, log on to your internet. Well, no. I can't log on to my internet because I have no internet. Well, you got to log on before we can. And then when you finally get to a human being, they say there are no outages in your area. The problem is, there are people from my area in this little development here on Facebook, and they're all complaining about the same thing. And it's always the same time of day. But they say there's no outages here. If it's only me, why is it also happening to my neighbors? There's an outage here. And then it miraculously gets fixed while I'm on the phone with them saying, oh, I didn't do anything. So basically, they've been trained to bullshit. So now, where does that leave me? I know I'm complaining. I have scheduled for a switch over to T-Mobile at some point this month, but it's probably not going to happen till the last day of this month. And that leaves me like I have no recourse because I want to tell them, I'll get your shit out of my house now. I want to cancel right now, but I can't do that. It's like an empty threat, and they know it. Anyway, GD's here, and he's going to float away in how many minutes? 27 minutes. 26 minutes. 27 minutes. 26 minutes. 26 minutes. It really doesn't matter. Nobody's floating away. But I would notice that we got some conspiratorial freaks tuning in on some of the fringe networks that we're on already, and they're not happy with me debunking their debunkness of well, let's just see. We'll wait here and see if we float away. In the meantime, it'd be a good thing to get some prop money for when you're floating away, right? So prop money, get some.
This is what $500,000 in a duffel bag looks like, but if you look closer, it's actually not real. That's because it's actually prop money. It's what is used in movies, TV, music videos, and ads when the script calls for tons of cash or for the bills to be destroyed. It looks realistic from a distance, but up close you can see it says for motion picture purposes. I got these from propmoney.com. They're the official industry standard. I also got some stacks from different decades, from the 90s, 2000s, and even money bands. You can get full print stacks and even blank filler stacks in any series. They also offer age stacks for a more realistic used look and bills that are fresh off the press like they came straight from the mint. If you want colored bills or custom design bills for any occasion or event, they have you covered. If you need to do a close-up, just put a real bill on top. Visit propmoney.com today to get your money seen or money shot right with Prop Money Inc.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the room with me now is a man who looks real from far away, but if you look close, it says for movie blah 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 only. GD Fenderson. Good morning, GD.
Good morning, America. My Dog TV. And I went through the trouble yesterday of getting my stick out of the closet because you said something about
Lisa Lily Palilli.
Yeah, you said something about her having more jobs than I could shake a stick at. So I went into my closet to get my stick to shake at her.
Did I?
And I forgot to shake my stick at her. It was sitting right here the whole show. And the thing is, I had to move a keyboard, 2 guitars, a possum, and a suit to get to open the door because I don't have any room in here right now. And so a lot of stuff is piled up against my closet door. So sometimes I go through so much trouble to get stuff out of the closet that I don't put it back because there's a lot. So now this is just one more fucking thing I got to put back in the closet, and I never used it.
I find it slightly what the possum was is kind of interesting, but I find it kind of incredulous that I might have said shake a stick at it because am I a stick? This sounds like something you would say, not something.
No, you said it. That's why I went through all the trouble. If I had said it, I wouldn't have given a shit about this.
I must have been high or something. Again, I'm wearing the wrong glasses here. I have to change my glasses. Pardon me while I get naked. My face is naked right now.
Oh my God! Put that away.
I know. Well,
do you know how big your nose gets when you take off those glasses? No,
big.
You can see how it goes all the way up to your face. Before you couldn't tell that nose goes all the way up to your face. You would just think, oh, it doesn't reach, but it does. It reaches all the way up.
You know what? They say your nose never stops growing. Even after you're dead, your nose continues to grow for a little bit. So my nose is like 112. I don't know if you know this about my nose. It's 112 years old, so it's.
I'd heard that. That's why my wife is going to be buried sitting on my face.
Oh, well, that's inappropriate. Well, I'm not sure.
We're married. Why is that inappropriate? We can do what we want to each other. We're married.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Have you ever been not sure?
I've been to Not Shore. It's a little beach right off of Knots Landing.
Who knows what? Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts and minds of men?
No,
the shadow do. Yeah. I'm not sure. Not sure if you dreamt something or if it was real or what. I have it in my mind that I
not until I wake up with the wetness in my underwear.
Oh well, that too. I have it in my mind that I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Witching hour, anybody?
Pissing hour for some. Witching hour for some. The pissing hour for others.
Exactly. So no, I went to piss first. Obviously, that's why. And then I think I checked my phone and got an email from YouTube about their new terms and rules and all this kind of stuff. And they I'm trying to find it now, but I got to look up basically saying that you have to disclose any AI content within a live stream, even if it's just like Sister Curly Hair Till Break. And if you don't disclose that, you can get your channel taken down. It's like immediately. No bother with the 3 strike stuff. And like, is it retroactive? Because I could do that every day and just whether there is AI stuff on the program or not. But like even the Heavy Kev pictures would be considered something that they could just strike the channel down. Now, I might have imagined it. I might have fucking hallucinated the whole thing. But I know that YouTube did update its terms and conditions, and I agreed to them. I remember clicking the agree box and then.
But you just don't remember reading it.
Yeah, I didn't read it.
Okay, so you don't have to remember whether or not you read it. You know damn well you didn't.
Yes, no, I didn't.
Good morning, Ann from Maricopa County, Arizona.
This is America. I don't think it's she's not in Arizona. She's in Maricopa, California, 45 miles from Bakersfield.
Maricopa, California?
Yeah, who knows? They like New Jersey has the East New York, and New York has the East New York. and everybody it's like they steal, they borrow, steal and borrow. But I never read the terms and conditions, and this is part of my problem. Why I'm so fucked with everything in my world is I don't read the terms and conditions. Anyway, we are all waiting on what is it? 21 minutes from losing gravity. What do you want to take bets on this? Can we take bets on the bet? We're gonna. You think?
I would never bet against gravity. I think gravity always wins.
Yeah. Heavy Kev reads all that shit, but it's good for him. But I don't have it wrong that I don't read all that shit. I don't read any of that shit. I just want it's too much. It's like, you know what, War and Peace, fucking boring. That's the problem. Yeah. So the problem is, well, the question I have, because this solar eclipse is in the northern hemisphere. Does that mean only the the northern hemisphere loses gravity, or will Heavy Kev float away too? Because he's kind of heavy. I don't know if you know this about Heavy Kev. He's kind of heavy.
That
You're looking in the wrong direction. He's down there.
Well, I thought the Earth was round.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but he's down there. He's on the bottom.
But if I look up there long enough, the Earth is going to turn, right, and then he'll be in my line of sight.
Oh no, it doesn't turn over. It turns around. It stays. We stay straight up. He's upside down, and it's just spinning around.
I based my entire life on the fact that it turned over. You're telling me it turns around?
No, you're thinking of eggs. The eggs you turn over, but no, the Earth it just spins around. It just spins around and around. You spin me round.
That's why my comedy has been a fucking failure. My entire business model has been based on the Earth turning over, not turning around. Because when you grow up, you hear about turnover business, turn over that, turn over a new leaf. Who knew? I didn't.
Well, apparently you never had a globe, because the globe just spins around, and you know the desktop.
I had a globe. Yes, it turned over.
No, you got one there. Go get the possum out of the way and go get the globe.
I don't have a globe in that closet.
Why is
there's no room? There's no room in that closet. There's a bunch of music stuff in that closet.
A lot of Republicans in there. I know. I'm sorry, Republicans. I don't mean to. Yes, I do. We have better gravity here. It's free, and our insurance covers it. Oh, do they send you a new modem with when you upgrade your gravity? I don't. Now, insurance doesn't cover the gravity stuff, right? Here, it's like if you float away, it's kind of on you. You got to come up with the do re mi. I don't know. I don't think
it's like a privatized fire department. So if the house on one side of you is insured and the house on the other side of you is insured, but you're not, the fire department will just watch your house burn unless it's a threat to the other two houses, and they'll protect the other two houses because they're part of the HOA.
How do I find an earth cam that will cover the floating away? Oh no, please don't. I hate these phones. I want to find an earth cam. How do I find the earth cam that will cover the floating away?
I want to ask you something before I do it on the show, because I do not want to do anything to jeopardize the show. Oh. So I'm going to ask you about something before I do it. Otherwise, I'll just let the Reverend do it later. I'll just ask the Reverend to do it. But this is my understanding. Okay, Iran has a kind of a counter offer to Trump. And I'm saying kind of because it's not official. It's more like one of their. It'll be like if Pete Hegseth said, "This is what we want," but it doesn't really come from the. We don't know if he's speaking for himself or if he's just speaking for a few. We don't know. There is a individual. In the let me see. According to Stephen Cook, who's the executive director of Steady State. You can look up Stephen Cash. His name is Stephen Cash.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I know him well. We're all friends.
Okay, it says here, quote, It appears that the idea was we can reduce the danger to, I'm quoting here, this is not me wanting to say this. I'm going to restart again. It
Is it?
appears that the idea was we can reduce the danger to President Trump by offering up 100 or so people to be killed by the Iranians in his place. Okay. So, personally, this is not a threat. I'm just responding to the quote. If the Iranians want to kill Trump or 100 other people, my question is, do we want to save Trump? Because if they actually kill Trump, we're probably going to go to war, okay? A full out, all out war, and then the gas prices will really go up. And I don't feel like paying more than I already am. And I mean, I'm already paying 30% more. My wife and I already paid 10 or 20% more to remodel our bathroom because of the fucking tariffs. So if we're trying to avoid a war, an all-out war, what 100 people do we send? Okay? I want a list. Please send a list. Don't send it to me or to Matt. Send it to the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. At DrRevJellyRolle at gmail.com.
What the hell happened there? I thought I floated away.
No, you did not float away.
I thought I felt like I did.
Yeah, so you missed my offer. Well, it's not my offer, but it's not but I put I'm telling you in contact the
Why am I
Reverend.
so fucking bright? I'm too bright for my own self.
You've never been this bright before. That's, at least most people always said that you were not a bright person. There you go. That's much better.
I know. I'm Demi. I'm a dummy. Demi. I'm sorry. Was there an offer? There's an offer on the table?
Yeah. Did you hear the entire quote from Stephen Cash?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we do not want an all-out, because if the Iranians succeed in killing Trump, like him or not, our country would probably go to war over it. I can't afford more. I can't afford my gas to go up any more than it already is, and I drive a semi-electric car. You know, it's electric sometimes, it's gas at others, depending on what time of day it is or something. I don't know. I can't afford more gas. My wife has a Prius. We really can't afford the price of gas. The tariffs have cost us thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars this year alone. So we can't afford another war. So if we're trying to avoid a war with Iran, and the way to do that is to send them 100 people, I need a list of 100 people we can send them, just in case we, because personally, I don't want to save wannabe President Trump. I don't care if the Iranians get him or not.
I can't believe you just said that phrase. That's the first time you've ever said that phrase.
Well, I said it as a quote because I would say President wannabe.
Oh, okay.
Which is what I just said without the quotes. President wannabe.
What's this?
Or wannabe president.
All right then.
Debo, it says, I believe I can fly. Okay.
Yeah, I believe I can fly.
I know I can. I did it twice. I flew to Seattle. I've flown a lot of times. I just flew back from California.
So if we lose gravity, does Weight Watchers automatically go out of business?
Well, they'd have to change their name from Weight Watchers to Mass Watchers because weight and mass aren't the same things. I think even without the gravity, our mass would still be the same. So they can keep their business model up. They just have to call themselves Mass Watchers.
Well, while we're waiting, we have 11 minutes before it's supposed to happen. Let's put on the Earth cam. This is Spain, Palma, Spain. And they're supposed to be getting a total solar eclipse right now. Looks kind of bright for a total solar eclipse, doesn't it?
Well, what filter are you using on the camera?
I'm not using any. It's just an Earth cam. It's just one of those things they put up on a pole. Nobody wants to see it there. Kind of like a red light cam. That's just looks nice. It looks like a golf course, right?
Well, they can still have. I mean, you can still see the moon in the daytime, depending on where it is. So they could have a full eclipse of the moon.
But a solar eclipse, you would
I
think.
thought it was lunar. It's not a lunar eclipse. It's a
No,
solar eclipse.
it's a solar eclipse in the middle of the day here where it gets dark. And if it's only 10 minutes away now, you would expect that it would be starting to get dark, a little dark. Oh, hey, it looks bright.
But it happens kind of quickly though, too. It's only a matter of minutes. It doesn't last like very, very long.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it could be, if you're looking up at the sun right now, it could be, the moon could be like inches away.
No doubt about it. That's not. But in a solar eclipse, you see it. It doesn't just like the moon gets in the way of the sun and it gets dark. You see it gradually getting darker in the middle of the day.
So it hasn't gotten to the point where it's not close enough to be gradually getting darker. Maybe
10 minutes away. Come on, 10 minutes away. In the solar eclipse we've had here.
10 minutes is a lifetime in the universe.
Yeah, but no, we've had solar eclipse here. 10 minutes before it's already kind of dark. It's already kind of dark.
Yeah, but 10 minutes their time, not ours.
Spain time?
Yeah, it's not 10 minutes our time.
Spain keeps.
So you don't know how time zones work? It's not the same 10 minutes.
Oh no, it's not the same time, but the solar eclipse still works the same way. It gets dark. It doesn't just go light, dark, light.
They also use the metric system. I don't know how long a metric minute is compared to our minutes.
No. I think you're all wrong about this. Anyway,
you don't think they use them? I think I'm right that they use the metric system.
You know what?
I think I'm right that I don't know how long a metric minute is. Oh, so no, I think I'm right about those two things.
I think you're right about that. But let me just say, we have no verification that this is even video because I haven't seen anything move there. Right? They could just put up.
The trees are moving. If you stare at the trees, it's like a pixelation. It's moving. Like it's almost like it's doing 15 frames a second or something.
It's an AI loop.
Thank you, Debo. Debo wants to know: are we using the atomic clock or his Rolex?
Where did you buy your Rolex? If you bought your Rolex on the street in New York City, I would say it probably does. It have a sweep secondhand because you could tell a fake Rolex from the real Rolex because a real Rolex has a sweep secondhand. The fake ones you buy on the street in New York City have the stop every second kind of secondhand. You know those? Smooth. Oh, so he's got a good one. He's got a good Rolex. Good for him. He's rich. We got a rich guy in the.
We don't know that he's rich or he just stole it.
Oh yeah,
we don't know. So we can't make assumptions, and I'm not calling him a thief. I'm just saying we don't know.
And the best time to steal a Rolex from somebody would be in a complete total solar eclipse because it would be dark out and they'd have no. But this looks again. Now we're 6 minutes away from catastrophe, and I think EarthCam is lying because that just does not look. Doesn't look like there's about to be a solar.
Heavy Camp says my son got invited to an anti-AI protest today to protest against water usage. It got rained out.
Is that funny or is that just is he just kidding? Or,
now it's also possible that their protest was also a native New Zealand rain dance, and that's why it got rained out.
I find it hard to believe that it even rains ever in New Zealand, right? It's like Southern California. It never rains in Southern California.
Yeah, right? but if they did a Maori rain dance, that could be why it got rained out. You know, I'm not familiar with their culture.
This guy, remember when Marjorie Taylor Greene?
For the record, Debo is not rich.
No, that's his brother, Rich.
His brother is Rich.
Yeah.
Oh, Rich Little, maybe, or Rich, Buddy Rich.
Yeah. Or Little Richard. Rich. Anyway, I was thinking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. You remember when Marjorie Taylor Greene said the Democrats were controlling the weather? Are they? If they were controlling the weather and they're like, I don't know, in cahoots with Islamophobia, whatever, they're trying to ruin America. Why would they put the global eclipse, the solar eclipse, not here? Because this is where you would want to get dark, right? So you could steal that Rolex.
Can you vamp for a second without me? I just got to respond to this.
All right. You're responding to something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a guest coming on to Done Way Past Funny. And I wanted to let him know that I'm on the air right now and I can't talk to him right now.
All right, I'm seeing a commercial. I got to get rid of that commercial. We can't have commercials on here from somebody else. Earthcam. Maybe I should pull up another Earthcam. Is there a better Earthcam for me to see where I can actually see?
Do you have one from the point of view of the sun, so we can see what the sun sees?
I should probably. And what's it going? It's not getting dark here.
Go to see if you can go to NASA's site. NASA obviously surely would have a telescope pointing at it.
Keep on looking to see the solar eclipse from North America. 16. Here's a list of some of the partial. What do you see? Cape Canaveral starting in North America after winning a cosmic lottery with a pair of coast-to-coast solar eclipses. Now it's Europe's turn. So we don't get to see it. So that's not a total solar eclipse. A total solar eclipse totally, right? Here's a list of some of the U.S. Canadian cities in a position to see a partial solar eclipse on Wednesday. Anchorage, Alaska. I'm not going there. Bangor, Maine, which is in King of the Road. Third boxcar, midnight train, or whatever. Destination Bangor, Maine. Anyway, Detroit with 3%. Detroit, 3%. That's not a lot, right? 3% coverage. That's like a little sliver. Montreal, Quebec, 18% coverage. New York City will get 9% coverage beginning at 1:07 p.m. and ends at 2:38 p.m. So where did I get 9:33? I got to tell you where I got it. I got it from Google. So we're not even close. We're covering something that will happen when we're off the air. That doesn't make any sense at all.
So,
yeah.
So when will it be for us? We're not going to see it. So,
well, you're closer to Washington D.C. What are you closer to? Washington, Philadelphia, New York City. What are you closer to?
I'm north of Washington. It's a 2-hour drive, but that's only because of fucking traffic. It would probably be like an hour and 15 minutes. If it weren't for traffic.
So at 1:17 p.m., you will see 4% coverage. It ends at 2:27 p.m. So it takes and the solar eclipse is going to be an hour long, peaking at 1:53 p.m.
Eastern Greenwich time or Eastern Mean Time?
My time. Well, your time, mate. The time of the place, so that it's the time that it's time. So you know, what did Google say? Google lied to me. It said 9:33 Eastern Daylight Time. Oh, that's when we're supposed to lose gravity, not when the eclipse happens, right? Because I asked about when we'll lose gravity.
So wait a minute. We lose gravity in 2 minutes?
I guess so. Yeah. Let me do this again. I want to make sure that I have this right. So 2 minutes from losing gravity, maybe we'll be back in time to see the solar eclipse, right? Or when does gravity stop? When does gravity? Are we getting close? We're getting close, right? We need a countdown. We need a ball to drop. Gravity.
Slaptail says we need a safe word, like redundant.
Yeah, gravity never stops. It's a fundamental force of gravity blackout. The truth about the Project Anchor rumor, conspiracy theory that circulated on TikTok and other social platforms. What time? I just want to know what time. What time? What time? Now, right? We got 1 minute. We'll hit the start.
Tebow says he tied himself off to the porch. Got a baseball on the roof I need to get.
What time does gravity turn? Gravity does not turn off. Earth's gravity will not shut off at any time, despite the viral social room 7-second blackout. And we'll call it doesn't say. 20 hours ago, short time, according to the viral claim, so-called gravity was supposed to occur at 14:33 UTC. which is or 9:33 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. 9:33 a.m. is what, according to the NASA thing, that the bullshit NASA thing that was leaked. Listen, if it's bullshit, how could it have been leaked? It's not a leak. It's just bullshit. Then it's not
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's like Trump. When Trump says they're leaking lies, then it's not a leak.
Got a baseball on the roof. How does he keep a baseball on the roof? Because it's round. I would think
The gutters. We used to have when we were kids. Or if we don't know if he's in a house or an apartment complex. Some apartment complexes, the roofs are actually
wait. Flat. It's 9:33 a.m. Did you see me? I started to float away, but it only took 7 seconds, and now I think we're back. Are we back? What is that? Oh, it's floating around. Are you shaking a stick at it? Did anybody else float away? I think our audience floated away, and I don't blame them. Yeah, so that's it. That was not
well. Thank goodness I'm attached to my chair, right? I'd be floating out of it.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know this about me, but my life is about to collapse into chaos and catastrophe, and I'm taking it well, right? It seems like I'm taking it well.
Sure. I'm not even paying attention. What did you say about your life?
I said my life it's spinning out of control, like a planet that's about to lose its gravity. Look, we are way past the. I don't know. Did anybody feel anything? I mean, besides
I did. I felt something.
Oh.
I hope you got your ball back, Debo.
No, it doesn't. It says, "Damn it!" He must not have gotten his ball back if he's saying "damn it," because a guy who got his ball back would not be saying "damn it," would he?
Well, it depends on the condition. He may have gotten it back and thought, "Damn it! I was hoping it'd be in better shape. I can't use it now."
So did somebody lie to us?
Or it floated up and then went right back down the same spot it was, so it's still stuck there.
I thought this was going to be a real thing. See, because I don't know about you, but when they said birds weren't real, I went out and I got a bird and I looked, and it seemed pretty real. But
I don't think it was birds that weren't real. I think it was specifically pigeons. Pigeons are supposed to be robots and not real because no one's ever seen a baby pigeon. So I'm told. Of course, people have seen baby pigeons. My brother used to raise pigeons. My brother and his friends, they used to raise pigeons when we were kids.
Yeah, my dad was a big pigeon guy. Everybody in Brooklyn.
What do they call them? I'm sure they don't call them pigeon guys. What's a pigeon raiser called?
Brooklynites.
Brooklynite.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's a pigeon raiser called? A pigeon. A person who raises pigeons, right?
Pigeon keeper, like a beekeeper, like Birds Aren't Real is a famous satirical movement and parody conspiracy theory which claims that the U.S. government replaced all real birds with surveillance drones between 1959 and 2001. Created by Peter McIndoe in 2017, the project uses absurdist humor to mimic real information. Now, the guy went on doing like real interviews on CNN and some high-level podcasts and stuff. Always kept a straight face. And didn't admit it for a couple of years, and then finally came out and said, I made the whole fucking thing up. But there were millions of followers for this thing. People believe in it. This says a lot about what's wrong with humanity. The fact that out of 8 billion people, you had a couple million people following this dude would believe in birds aren't real. That's a problem. We have a stupidity problem in the world.
A person who raises pigeons is called a pigeon fancier or pigeon keeper.
That's important to know.
Well, that's kind of for those focused specifically on breeding pigeons, the term pigeon breeder is used.
Birdsaren'treal.com still exists, and he's selling shirts. All it is selling shirts. Birds aren't real.
I thought it was specific to pigeons because it was like the pigeons were robots.
Yeah. The guy bought a billboard. He did a really elaborate video. It looked like it was a 1987 produced news program. Guy went all out. So yeah, I guess he needs to make his money back with selling shirts. I wonder if he's making any money on that.
Well, if he was on television for a while, I'm sure he made some money. Because then he could say ad seen on. He could say like ad seen on CNN.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, now true. I could say as seen on Colbert Report. As seen on the Colbert the Late Show, Stephen Colbert.
He had Sam Cedar going pretty well because Sam Cedar had him on, and he was like really adamant, like about how stupid this guy was, and like trying to prove to him that birds were real. And they got into like a heated argument over it. But Sam was believing, not that he wasn't believing in the conspiracy. He was believing this guy was really serious about it.
Yeah.
It was. I always felt like it was a joke, but the guy wasn't. He played it off like Andy Kaufman, like completely straight faced. Like there was no joke here. But
I can dig that. I actually like that kind of humor from time to time.
Oh, it got me.
But when I was a kid, I hated it because I took everything so literally. And I thought that people were just, I was trying really hard to get people to understand things. And they knew how little I was. So they were just teasing me until I cried. And I was crying out of frustration because I couldn't get people to understand, things like why the sky was blue. And they say, it's not blue, it's green. I said, no, it's blue. And they're like, and I would get frustrated.
It has no color. It's just a reflection, right? It's the Earth's atmosphere reflecting Earth, the light bouncing off of Earth.
Well, it's not the light bouncing off of Earth. It's more like the sun divides up into prisms. The white light is, and so the frequency that we're seeing is blue.
What's the frequency, Kenneth?
I don't really know anymore. I mean, when I was a kid, I knew that kind of shit, and then it turns out that I felt like I was the only one in my neighborhood who gave a shit about that kind of stuff.
Why did you give a shit?
Because it was something I learned. I thought,
why not like everybody else take a shit? You got to give a shit.
Gerald, I don't know how many people are hoping this happens. I mean, I would have liked it. For there to be no gravity for a little bit. But I knew it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So I think the more important question is how many people believed it was going to happen. Hoping it would have happened. Sure. Now I'd have to clean up. It'd be a huge mess. I'd have to clean up around my house if gravity stopped for like 7 seconds. And I won't know. I don't know if I'd ever be able to get the cat back in her skin if that happened.
Well, if you wanted to paint your ceiling, it would be a good time to just leave the paint out, right? And the paint would just, and then I
need to paint the ceiling. The thing is, my ceiling is 19.
Have we had a solar?
It's like, damn. I think my ceiling is like 18 feet high. I am not looking forward to painting it, but it needs to be painted, but I'm not looking forward to it.
All right.
I went out and bought a little giant ladder specifically for that section of the house. That's, because I could have bought a regular ladder for a lot less for the outside, and it'd been easier to use. I don't like the little giant when you use it like a full length ladder, like a full length 20-something foot ladder. I do not like the little giant then because it feels, because of the joint there, I don't trust it. Even though I've been on it many times, even with my chainsaw, and my chainsaw slipped and it started to cut at the little ladder, my little giant ladder.
You're not really a trusting person. You don't trust anything. You just untrust.
Well, no. I trust I did trust my parachute. And I did trust my gaffs when I was a lineman on a pole. I trust my gaffs and my belt.
You were a lineman for the county.
Well, for Howard County.
There it is. The big solar eclipse. You see it? That's what's happening. Okay, we've covered that.
All right.
Did you ever, or do you remember a cartoon called Stop the Pigeon? Pigeon. Yeah,
it was Hanna-Barbera. And it basically was an offshoot of Wacky Racers and stuff like that. And
Was it? It was an offshoot. It was a
yeah, it was the
spin-off.
same
A
characters.
spin-off.
Because it was the same characters from Wacky Racers, pretty much. Like Penelope Pitstop, she had her own show with the Mob Hill Gang, and I can't remember who the bad guy was. It's not Snidely Whiplash, that's Dudley Do-Right, but it's the same. But it's the same type of thing.
I thought it was Snidely Whiplash. Stop the pigeon. But so Debo,
he had a dog named Gruntley. No, Groutley?
Yeah, Muttley.
Muttley, yeah.
Apparently, Debo raised doves, or he just started raising. Dick Dastardly and Muttley in their flying machines.
Dick Dastardly?
Yeah.
Right, that's not Snidely Whiplash. Right, Dick Dastardly.
Yeah.
Right.
Close enough.
I should have realized it was some kind of literal alliteration.
You shouldn't say Dick on a kid's show. It was a kid's show. They shouldn't be saying Dick.
But there was a lot of alliteration on that show. Penelope Pitstop. I can't remember all the other characters. Now, the Mob Hill Gang was not, didn't have much alliteration.
So there's a big, Debo's could be. He says he's not rich, but he could be rich if he just kind of finds if he's raising doves and you get in touch with those magicians. Those magicians love them baby doves and they can't get enough of them. That's a business model for you.
That was the song. Can't get enough. I tried of those baby doves. Yeah.
He wants to know how many are hoping this will happen.
That's what I said. The important thing is how many would believe it would happen. That's the real number.
Too many. Yeah, hoping there are. Well, at some level, if you're hoping, you got to sort of kind of. There has to be a kernel of belief, right? If you can hope, you have to have some kernel of belief in there, right? And when I say kernel, I mean like Colonel Sanders,
like in the Army.
Yeah. Gerald Neal. I'm from California. They have funny precautions like standing under a doorway. Well, then you're just going to hit. When you lose gravity, you're standing under. Boom, I was wondering if you should get in your car with a seatbelt on, but the car is going to fly away through. Everything would. Nothing's happening.
Actually, again, it will depend on how much gravity you lost. Because think about it. If it's zero gravity, then I think everything would float away, right? Including the atmosphere.
The moon would just, right? The moon, because it's held in its orbit around the Earth by gravity. So if there's no gravity, the moon just kind of flies off, hits Mars. Mars gets pissed off. They adjust their gravity. Now they have.
And then they send their moons down to attack us.
It doesn't bode well for me because. Well, maybe it does because, as I mentioned, my life is spinning out of control anyway. So maybe.
But how far can things float away if the gravity is only off for 7 seconds? Right. So how far could it float away?
Far enough that.
And does it stop? And does it go from zero? Does it go from 1 to 0 immediately, or does it go from like 1 to 0.9 to 0.8 to 0.7 to 0.6 to 0.5 gradually, so that eventually things like yes.
Where's Heavy Kevin his chat GTP skills when we need him? Because we need to find out about this stuff, don't we?
I don't need to find out because I'm not one who ever expects it to happen.
Really? You're a non-expecter, not a non-believer. You're a non-expecter, right?
Right. Sure. Or a non-believer. What? Yeah. Yeah.
So what are we going to do with the rest of the show now? We were sitting here waiting to watch the gravity thing. It was going to be exciting. Simple tether a tree or something attached to Earth. Well, maybe.
But if there's zero gravity, the ground that the tree is attached to is also going to float away.
And the oceans are kept,
right, in the air.
The flat earthers love to say, "Oh, water sticks to a ball." Yeah, water sticks to the ball because of gravity. So without gravity, the water goes.
And so does the air. People forgetting the air would go. No air.
No air?
No air for 7 seconds.
How am I supposed to breathe?
You wouldn't be able to for 7 seconds. And without the atmosphere, we would be unprotected from the sun's rays, and we would be.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can.
We'd all have cancer, right? We'd all have cancer.
You got a stopwatch on you? Of course you do. You have a phone, the stopwatch.
But no, not all of us, because in 7 seconds you wouldn't get a full rotation of the Earth. So only the people facing the sun at the time that gravity would stop would get skin cancer.
We banned gravity. Apparently, it's responsible for 90% of all accidents. Why did you capitalize of? But
he may not have. He may have had to use the shift to get the % sign and then didn't take it off for the OF.
Why are we showing comments on the screen like that automatically? There's a setting.
I thought it was something you did.
I didn't did it. Why would I did it? Have I ever did things before? I don't do things. I didn't did nothing. How do you undo it?
Are you sure? It said show comments. There we go.
Oh, you turned
the button was turned on to show comments on stage.
Somebody did it, and it wasn't me because I never did nothing. I don't did. I'm undiddable.
Now you sound like Alex Harvey in the song Framed. I never did nothing.
Maybe Diddy did it. Is Diddy in jail?
I have a question that I'm seriously having issues with. I keep seeing these videos or things for the videos. I don't watch the videos because there's something stupid about it. Really fake, something really fucking fake about it. It's these reaction videos to songs. Like a rapper listens to what was it? The most recent one is like a rapper listens to Led Zeppelin for the first time.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
Okay, now the thing is, and this is what I noticed. There was maybe a year ago. There was like this black guy who listened to Alex Harvey Band for the first time. And the song they had was, let me see, Faith Healer. Okay, and then somebody else, some woman, it goes so and so listens to Sensational Alex Harvey Band for the first time, and it's Faith Healer, and they're saying, and they all say they have the same script. It's like they say the same thing about the song. So my thing is, this is like some kind of fucking format they could buy. You know, it's like almost like AI slop, except for the AI.
It is kind of an AI thing. It's a YouTube remix thing, and it gives you the entire script that you were working from anyway to change and redo this thing. It's kind of, I think it is AI, but it's not listed as AI. And there's a lot of.
But the people are real though, right? They're just. It would be like I could do it. I could say I'd never seen Faith Healer before. And so, and matter of fact, my friend, my bass player, Phil, mentioned those
You don't own a bass player.
You
don't own a bass player. Your friend Phil who plays bass.
No, I own him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought they outlawed that. Like 1860.
No, they own white people owning black people. Black people are allowed to own white people.
Oh.
It's called reparations. Somebody didn't read the memo. Somebody didn't read the memo.
Well, it doesn't seem fair. I don't like it.
Okay, so my bass player, as I said, that I own my own bass player, was telling me about these reaction videos. And I said, I've seen 3 of them. That I said, it's fucking fake. I said, besides that, if they really want to blow somebody away with a Alex Harvey Band song, play Next. That's one of my favorite Alex Harvey's band songs is Next. I love that song. Our band used to cover it, and whenever we covered it, Phil, who sang that one, would say, "Can we? It has to be the last song of the set. I can't do that song and sing anything else afterwards."
All right, nobody cares about your little reaction stuff.
Okay,
we're waiting for to lose gravity, and Gerald Neal says most people I've talked to are confident nothing will happen. How could you be so confident? Because nothing happens all the time. Nothing is happening right now. Do you see this? Nothing is happening. That's pretty confident. I can be confident that nothing's going to happen. But the gravity thing. But are you? Let me just ask you, Gerald. Are you a flat earther? Are you confident that we live on a globe, or are you questioning that? I'm not judging. I'm just wondering.
We're trying to get a baseline. We're trying to get a baseline for your intelligence.
A baseline. A boom,
Yeah,
boom,
baseline.
boom, 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 boom,
Oh,
boom.
so you want me to buy you also? Put the bass down, because I'm collecting bass players.
Well, I'm not a white guy, so you can't own me. I'm unhonorable. But
That's true. You're not a white guy. I proved that.
Yeah,
I proved that. I attacked you because you're not a white guy.
That's right. Nobody would buy me. Y2K, Heavy Kev says. What?
Why not 2K?
Why not 2K?
You say why? I say why not?
Now, were people actually like watch? I remember the Y2K anxiety, but were people actually like sitting there watching their clock, thinking the world was gonna go to hell at because Y2K starts in Asia. By the time it gets to us, it would have been already fucked, right? So you didn't need to sit there and look at the clock. And besides, you couldn't buy stream bot boers.
I did not believe there was going to be a problem with the Y2K thing because, first of all, it was basically computer programming. We programmed the computers. We knew it was coming, so we could just fix things, before it even happened. So Now, I think at the time the woman I was married to, who I'm going to refer to her as my first wife. Which,
you don't own a wife.
But not anymore. But she was my first one. Kind of. So, matter of fact,
kind of. You can't have a kind of wife.
Well, I had before her. I had a woman I was living with for 7 years, and she was using my last name.
Wow.
And so we were living as man and wife, and actually, I don't know if we were together for a full 7 years, or if we like broke up like 6 years, 350 something days before.
Wow. What was the point you were making when I interrupted you? You were making a point, but you forgot the point.
I did, because it was actually going to tie into 2 points. One of the points is that Dylan asked me to write jokes about my first wife. Well, not asked me to write jokes, but we were writing jokes last night, and I did something about my first wife, and he goes, "Can you build on it?" And so I built he wanted me to write 4 or 5 more jokes based on that. So I did.
No, he wanted you to build on your ex-wife, like put a house on top of her.
Well, you could have put one on that ass.
Oh, but I was just thinking, you don't have to, because if you go to any local men's room, you could see plenty of jokes about
my first wife. Yeah, you could.
I wouldn't necessarily call them jokes as much as advertisements, but
yeah, ads, yeah.
You know what? We got a ton of viewers on these weird networks today. Looks like Kick is going crazy.
I don't know why. It's unusual
because of the conspiratorial nature of it. But like YouTube's got nothing. YouTube maybe 10 viewers or something like that. But Rumble, Kick, Twitch, we're getting.
Now, what are the numbers I'm looking at? Right next to the live clock.
That's I think that's YouTube.
So I'm looking at 45.
Oh, that's not unusual, but I mean, come on. But the people.
Now, is that YouTube total? Because we're on your YouTube and on my YouTube.
No, that's just one YouTube, and that doesn't count Gov's YouTube because we're on theirs too. So we're on.
So which YouTube is it showing?
It's showing just the Mind Dog YouTube, I think. Yeah, the Mind Dog one.
Oh, okay.
Matt Napo. Because, there's too many YouTubes. That's the problem with splitting these streams up into so many little
things.
And
that's what I was explaining to some dickwad. Actually, I know his name. I just don't want to say his name.
Wad. You mean Richard Wad.
Richard Wad, who was saying, we're the viewers. I said, we're on 30 different platforms. It's not like we're on one platform and it's the only place you can watch it. We're on like 30 different platforms.
Yeah.
I keep saying 30 because I don't know the number. Because
32.
32? Okay,
yeah.
I don't know. I just know that my screen only shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Right.
And anything more than 7, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, because I'm relaying to iHeartRadio and all that stuff. So yeah.
That's right. And those aren't even, and I don't even know if they even count those things or how you would count it. Yeah.
No. They don't count those things. I get a report every night about it. Surprising number of people don't watch live or listen live. And why would you tune into this not live, especially on a day like today, when after live we're not going to be alive.
And when it goes out, okay. For example, yesterday we had interruptions with the stream with StreamYard or whoever it was interrupting.
Yeah.
And the same thing the other day, and a lot of people were having that issue. Do they experience it as well? So when they listen to it later on, there's like interruptions in the stream.
That's a good question. I don't know. Yes, there's interruptions in the stream. Interruptions in the recorded. It's not like a live stream at that point. It's an on-demand video, right? Or
Right.
audio. So yeah. And the Spotify numbers jumped in the last month. They've jumped up like, I want to use Trumpian numbers, like 1,500%. A lot. They've, I don't know if it's probably 300%. They've gone up on Spotify.
We'll see how the numbers look tomorrow when I'm by myself doing GD explains his jokes.
You're not by yourself. You have the bigot on tomorrow, the Islamophobe.
Yeah, but that's only for an hour, right?
If you can get rid of him, and I don't think you're going to be able to get rid of him. He's going to come to your house.
You don't think I could just hit that button that says remove guest?
Yeah, you could do that, but he's a bigot. Remember, he's a bigot. He'll find his way back in. They do.
No, he won't be able to get back on the screen.
Do me a favor when he's on the show. Say Matt's not here, and he's glad he's not here because he didn't want to talk. Listen,
No, I'm not going to say that. If you would issue a real statement like for me to read, I'll read it.
Maybe I should put a little video clip together of why I'm not here today. I told you I was teaching an art class. There's no art class. I just don't like talking to big. The thing is, he read a description of Mind Dog TV, how we encourage open-mindedness and conversations, from different points of view and all that stuff. But then I get these stonewall bigots on, and I can't handle them. You know me. I kind of call their mother a skank whore and get out of my show. But I guess I didn't read the part where all his bigotry. Listen, I understand why people think that a certain religion is a problem, because the countries that have attacked us at times were run by people who are religious zealots. But that doesn't mean everybody who is of that religion hates us. And why can't people just get that through their head? There's a big difference. It's just like Ben Shapiro thinking that Israel and Jewish is the same thing. That makes him an anti-Semite, not the people he's calling anti-Semitic. Israel and Jewish people are not the same thing. Iran and Muslim people are not unified. There are Muslims running Iran, but that doesn't make every Muslim a Iran loyalist, right?
No. I just funny. I just found a bunch of comments because I was wondering why the Reverend wasn't getting comments on the news. It's like there's no comments. They're fucking hidden for some reason. And none of the thing when I post these things for him, I don't say hide the comments. I say show the comments. But they still hide. So I went to some place and it said comments, and it had like a check mark. They were there, and I said, "What?" So I opened it up, and there was a bunch of comments, and most of them were like, "Trump's not the sexual predator. It's Joe Biden. Trump's not the sexual predator. It's Barack Obama. Trump's not a sexual predator. It's your mama," and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. So I responded back to those comments, because I just found them.
Yeah, I get a lot of on those shorts comments that they're Rev, and they're usually angry.
Yeah.
Almost always angry. You would think church-going people, these Christians who follow, or because I would think if you see a guy with a collar on and you click on it, you're going to be a Christian, right? Why would an atheist or a non-believer click on that video? Right? They wouldn't. So, and then they get angry. And I think that's against the whole. Remember, Fugelsang told me if you're a true Christian, you're not supposed to even get mad, right? Well, that's hard.
No, I don't know, because if you look at Ecclesiastes, it says there's a time and a place for everything, and I'm a firm believer that for that. Yeah, there's a time to be angry, time to be joyful, time to be.
Yeah, I just going by what Fugelsang told me. You're
Yeah,
right.
but
I believe that too.
What does he know? He's only been on the show one time. If he wants to have an opinion that matters, he has to be on the show at least 3 times.
Could you say that to him?
I did. And he said my opinion didn't matter to him because I wasn't on his show for 3 times. Oh. I was only on his show twice.
Wow, you were on his show twice?
Well, not just as a caller. He he gave me extra time because of Rhonda. So,
oh yeah.
So
he's not going to give me extra time because of Rhonda. I can tell you that.
Yeah, and also he and I are both alum of this. He and I both used to contribute to Politipod. I contributed a lot more than he did. A lot more. I contributed a lot more than everybody at Politipod, though. But that's not a brag. That's just a fact.
Is Politipod even still in business?
They are, but they only do it once a month now.
Because nobody cares about politics, right? My friends are from Israel. My friends from Israel are Arab, Israeli Muslims, and Zionists. Yeah, there's a lot of that. They call them Palestinians if they live there, right? But Israel is not all Jewish. So let's get that clear. So if you're against Israel, you're against the government, Netanyahu. Israel has had some good leaders in the past, right? Where was Sharon wanted the 2-state kind of solution or something like that, but they voted him down. I don't know. I don't know Golda Meir. I don't know any of that history. Believe me, I talk like I know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know that hating Israel is not the same as hating Jews. You can love Jews. You have lots of Jewish friends who admire some of the customs and culture and still be offended by what, the other day, Bibi declared himself president of the United States. I'm the boss. There's a whole thing about that with him yelling at Trump that I'm in charge here. Really? You're in charge? Who elected you president of the United States?
Well, you don't have to be elected to be president to be in charge of our country. I think Putin is in charge of our country quite often because he tells a lot of Republicans what to say and do, and they say and do it.
Yeah. Putin. The Russian government has paid. I don't know if they have definitely paid for a lot of high-profile podcasters. Like Tim Pool was getting $50,000 a month or something outrageous like that. Benny Johnson, all these guys were getting their talking points directly from Russia and getting paid for it. And didn't get enough news coverage about that because a lot of these influencers were getting direct payments from the Russian government and coming out with Russian talking points. They're still doing it. They're still, I don't know if they're still getting money, but they're still coming out with the Russian talking points. And people are, oh, yeah, he's right. He's right. So you're getting Putin's point of view on everything. Anyway.
Yeah, sure. Putin on the rich. Yeah, sure. Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Putin on the rich.
Putin on the rich. Yeah.
Oh, no, there's a rumble. I thought I was getting a rumble alert here.
Now, see, Kevin, I had one Muslim friend who lived in Israel, but he was teaching English to Muslim kids there. Well, no, he was teaching English as a second language to not just Muslim children, but to Muslims. So he was teaching at a Muslim school in Israel, but he was not a fan of Israel, not at all. He was not a proud Israeli at all. They were the oppressors.
Well, let me just say one thing about this, because there is this talking point that if you are upset with the Israeli government in any way, you are pro-Hamas. That is definitely not true. You could hate Hamas and want it eradicated, or ISIS or anything, and still be critical of Israel. Now, YouTube might not like me saying that, and a lot of They live in Haifa. They have served in IDF, just family guys and rockers, Muslims and serving in the IDF. Well, there you go. I don't know. So it doesn't equate. Apparently, this gravity thing. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Whoa!
Don't go too far.
I know.
Because gravity is still working. If that limb breaks, you're gonna, your ass is gonna
I'm
kiss
just
some
gonna
grass.
declare this thing a hoax. You think that's fair at this point to just say it's a hoax?
If you want to put your name on that statement, sure. If that's the hill you want to die on.
I see. I wouldn't die on the hill. I would float away from the hill, right? What was I going to ask you about this? Because I forgot what I was going to see. This is what dementia does to you, folks. This is maybe my brain flew away in the. Is that possible? My brain.
Do you know who Anna Kendrick is? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't know who Anna Kendrick
Who?
is. I met a young lady last night in Dylan's class who reminded me of Anna Kendrick so much.
Yeah, I love her nose. Can I tell you I love her nose?
Yeah.
I love her nose.
Well, you'd have loved this young lady.
That's a weird thing to love, right? On a woman, to find her nose attractive. I don't know why.
No, but I'm a nose guy myself.
I'm not a nose guy. That's the first nose I've ever noticed about a.
No, I noticed nose. I've always noticed noses. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say always, but yeah, from my late teens, I've noticed noses.
Wow, that's a problem. Have you talked to a counselor about this?
When I'm saying late teens, I think when it was, I was dating a young lady. Her mother was Black and her father was Native American. She was gorgeous. She was really attractive.
No, that's a bad mix.
And her mother was really hot. And so when I was dating her, I was thinking she grows up to look like her mother. I like jackpot,
And look at that nose. Is that nose good? That's a good nose. Look at this nose right here. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and the thing is, she is so fucking talented. I really like her. Yeah, she's really talented. I really like her.
The nose looks kind of big over here, but now why am I fixating on a nose? The nose? Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, she's very, very talented.
Has she changed her nose? Because look over here on the left, it kind of
makeup, makeup and shadowing and stuff like that. No, I don't think she's changed it.
I'm gonna Google it. Has Anna Kendrick had a nose job? Hold on a second. Go ahead, you talk while I Google has Anna Kendrick had a nose job.
I was talking about my girlfriend in high school, and so I know that was one of the things I noticed. I think that's when I began to notice noses, because her father was Native American and he had a really distinctive nose. No. Know something? I take that back. I noticed noses way back when I started. Jimmy Durante, because of his nose. Jimmy Durante, the schnoz. I think that's when I started paying attention to noses. Jimmy Durante.
Oh yeah. Yes, we have nose bananas. Says no. Anna Kendrick has never admitted to getting a nose job. No confirmation. The actress has never stated that she had cosmetic surgery, although online blogs and fans often compare her older photos to recent red carpet appearances, suggesting she might have changed her nose or had minor work done. Experts note that makeup techniques, like you just talked about, lighting, like you just talked about, and natural aging from her early teen years on Broadway to adulthood can change how a face looks on camera without surgery.
Yes.
Oh, it sounds like there's a massive cover-up going on.
No, I got a nose job yesterday. Well, technically a nose trim. I just got the little thing up in there, but because there was so much hair in there that it was like forcing my nostrils out like a good 1/8 of an inch. And once I trimmed all that hair out, my nose went back in a little bit. So I got rid of all that hair that was pushing my nostrils out. So I got like a nose job, but it was just, so if you look at the videos from Monday and look at the videos from the day, you'll see like an eighth of an inch. My nose is like an eighth of an inch narrower today. But if
Yeah.
you look on my bathroom floor, there's a pile of nose hair about this deep.
Oh no. And you don't get yelled at? Because my wife would beat the piss out of me if there was.
We have 2 bathrooms.
Oh, look at you, a man and a woman's bath. So you have gender-specific bathrooms? Is there a third one?
No, we have movement-specific bathrooms.
Let's change this.
Yeah, we have a number 1 bathroom and a number 2 bathroom. No, it actually was. Because we still can't. Our bathroom remodel is not finished. So I had to take this. I took the sink out because we had to get a new cabinet, and so I took the old cabinet out so I could paint behind the wall behind the old cabinet. So if the new cabinet does not match up exactly, you don't see the old paint lines. So I took the old sink cabinet out, painted everything behind it, so that no matter where the lines up are, you're not going to see like the old paint lines or something like you could do with the current one.
Yeah. Several actors have openly discussed undergoing rhinoplasty, which you know what they spell it rhino.
Yeah.
Like the horn. That's who came up with that? Is that to be like a really mean plastic surgeon, right? Rhinoplasty. But
no, he did that so he could charge more. If you called it noseplasty, that's like, yeah, but right? Yeah, that's like this. That's a huge job. You can charge a lot more.
Actresses who have openly admitted to having a rhinoplasty. You ready? You ready for this? Is our top 5 list.
Oh, I was going to ask you, but before you start that, because I didn't know if we'd done this. Have we? Because we did top 10 movie soundtracks. Did we do top 10 movie theme songs? It's like because each like movie will have like a theme song. Like Live and Let Die had a theme song. Crying Game had a theme song. The Godfather had a theme song.
Yeah. Let's do that Friday because I don't know if you know this about tomorrow, but I won't be here because you'll be talking to a bigot while I'm doing art class. So we'll do the 10 theme songs. Live and Let Die, number 1.
Now, my question for you is there a theme song from a movie that was so bad that you would love to rewrite?
I could. No, I have.
See you and take care. Whoa, headed to Bakersfield for a necessary doctor's appointment. Oh, sorry about that. Have fun.
Yeah.
Make sure they warm the stirrups for you.
Yeah.
Was it the specular?
Or at least
warm the specular.
Tie the chair down so that when we do lose gravity, maybe they just go off by an hour. Or maybe
are you getting your boob squeezed? Is this like when you're getting the boob squeezed? Are you getting the legs put up in the stirrups, or are you just getting?
She's having a rhinoplasty. She didn't want to talk about it. Come on.
Oh. Well, have fun, Ann, and good luck. And see you tomorrow.
Goof luck is what I have. Goof luck.
I think he meant to say good luck.
No, he meant to say goof luck. He thought he was addressing it to me. Goof luck. Wait, what is this comment? Elizabethan and Shakespearean slang, the word nose was occasionally used as a sexual double entendre. Can you say double entendre? A displacement of euphemism for the penis? Really? Nose? Penis nose?
That kind of makes sense because in England, they also call the chin a pecker. So.
Jesus. We're off track here. Do you think I should get a rhinoplasty? Because this rhino horn is starting to. I don't know if I could pierce a armored
I don't know
vehicle.
if anybody's using plastic anymore, though. You'd have to probably get something that's more biodegradable, right?
Yeah, or like hard steel, American steel. So
what drug you getting done? What drug you getting refilled?
Wow. Huh?
Now I was a little nervous for my neighbor, my next door neighbor to that way. His daughter works at the pharmacy where I pick up my drugs, and she was actually waiting on me when I was picking up some of my drugs. And I thought to myself, huh?
It's called a dispensary, not a pharmacy. There's a difference. Go ahead.
Well, no, this is a pharmacy. So, and I thought to myself, it should be illegal for people who live in your neighborhood to work at the same drugstore where you pick up your stuff. Because if I go in there and let's say I have picking up some antibiotics that my wife doesn't know about. Now my neighbor knows about the fact that I have this antibiotic and what it's used for. Well, whatever pills I have, they know what I'm getting and what I'm using it for. I'm signing off about the side effects. So now my neighbor knows more about my drug habits than my wife does.
Yeah, you remember my ex-brother. You remember I had a brother.
Your late brother.
Yeah, well, he's not late. He's always
well,
on
he's
time.
Not, he hasn't been on time when was the last time he was on time?
He's on time. He was on time to get his drugs at the CVS when the woman said, "We need a Viagra, Phil," and on the PA system. He's standing there, and now the whole fucking drugstore knows he's on boner pills. That's uncomfortable.
Now, my question is, how long ago was this? Well, here's the deal. Viagra was started off as a blood thinner to treat a heart.
It wasn't that long ago. It was within the last 5 years.
What I'm saying is, you can still get Viagra. It depends on the dosage, whether that's a boner pill or it's a heart pill.
Oh, I did not know that. But no, he was getting it for his cock.
I mean, I could be wrong. Slaptail, if I'm wrong about that, please let me know. But because I hate to be wrong, and I'm also too lazy to Google it myself.
Yeah, what slaptail? Where do you see a slaptail? Do you see a slaptail?
He was in the room. He was in the room earlier.
All right. Well, I'm going to stop getting all my drugs refilled because I just can't afford. I don't know if I told you this, but my life is spinning out of control. That's a whole other subject we'll cover on Friday, I guess, after we do movie theme songs. But you don't even care about the actresses who have openly admitted to our top 5 list of nose job people.
No, it's not
coming in at number 5. Are we ready? Didi's not ready, but everybody else ready? Kathy Griffin. She spoke candidly about choosing her alter nose after facing industry pressure early in her comedy career. I don't remember her changing noses. Coming in at number 4, Ashley Tisdale, who I wouldn't even know, acknowledged getting rhinoplasty to fix her health and breathing issues caused by a deviated septum. That's a whole different thing. That's not vanity. That's breathing. And breathing, I don't know if you know this about breathing, but it's kind of important. Did you know that?
It's overrated.
Coming in at number 3. Are you ready? Are you excited? Are you on the edge of your nose seat? Kelly Kuko.
Okay, yeah.
Big Bang openly Theory. Noted that getting a nose job was one of the best things she ever did for her confidence. I don't know. Number 2, coming out. Number 2, the second most exciting nose job in the history of rhinoplasty nose jobs. Lisa Kudrow shared in interviews that she had the procedure done as a teenager before changing high schools, calling it life-changing. So why would she even admit that, since it happened before she was famous and nobody would catch on?
Maybe because people would still have known her from the other high school, other school.
And number 1 from the same show.
What's her face? The girl.
What's her nose? Not what's her face.
No, Aniston.
Jenna.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember she got one.
She said it was to fix a deviated septum too, which helped her breathe and sleep better. I think maybe some people.
Wait a minute. I thought isn't that what the gynecologist works on? Is the deviated septum?
The deviated penis. My penis deviated from.
Now you can fracture a penis. You can suffer a fractured penis. That is a real condition.
How? There's no bone in there. Isn't a fracture a bone?
They call it a fracture. That's what they call it. It's. You can Google it. They'll describe to you what a fractured penis is.
You really want me to screw up my browser history?
All right, I'll look it up.
And stop. Put on the filtered photo thing so it just doesn't. Please, we can't look at fractured penises. Fractured penis would be a good name for a band, right?
Sure. What is a fractured penis? Okay. Here it is. This is technically what it is. A fractured penis is a tear in the fibrous tissue of the penis, usually caused by trauma to an erect penis, and is a medical emergency. A penile fracture occurs when the tunica albuginea, the tough fibrous layer surrounding the erectile tissue of the penis, tears due to sudden bending or blunt force while the penis is erect. Despite the term fracture, the penis contains no bones. The injury involves soft tissue damage rather than a bone break.
So they're lying about the fracture. They're openly admitting to they lied. They just made up the fracture part because there's nothing.
I think that's the equivalent of like saying Chilean bass. There is no such thing as Chilean bass, but it makes it more edible.
I just want to,
because if you call the fish a Chilean bass, it's more edible. So if you say fractured penis as to a torn meniscus or whatever it is that they just tear in the penis,
I want to come back to what you said in the beginning of that definition there, trauma to the erect penis, right? I believe that was the phrase.
Yes.
See, does that include like a chick laughing at your erect penis? Because so
I think that's I don't think that's a fractured penis. I think that's a bruised ego.
I was thinking that maybe, well, the trauma part makes me think that maybe I need to send my penis to therapy. I don't know.
Let's see here.
I'm sorry to go there. Now everybody's got pictures of my penis in their head, right?
I don't. I'm trying to remember what I was getting ready to type.
Oh, in your mouth. I mean, I'm sorry,
penis.
not in your head.
There's something else I was going to look up before that, and now I can't remember.
You're going to look up Matt's penis?
I don't think so.
Well, there's a big hole you could look up now because I don't know if you know this, but they drilled it just so you could see up into it.
Maybe I'll remember it later. I don't remember what I was going to look up.
All right. So just recapping our big gravity loss show here. If it happened, I didn't notice. Did you notice? Did you notice the gravity shutting off for 7 seconds? Anybody? The knee, I noticed on my record player, the arm did go up, but I think that was just because the whatever automatic and goes on. So. Well, we got no gravity loss, right? You see that? My pants are. Oh, that's a gravity loss right there. You don't care. You don't care. No, you're not excited.
I don't. No.
You're traumatizing my penis by not caring. Now you remember? I don't know if you remember this far back, but I think it was 2 days ago. Was it 2 days?
Oh no, shit, it was. I remember 2 days ago.
It was last week. Galen Wilson. You remember Galen Wilson? The cowboy hat guy.
Yeah, he was the marriage counselor kind of guy.
Right, and we talked a little bit about erectile dysfunction,
right,
and how traumatic that could be for the owner of the
dysfunction
of the erectile.
Yeah,
and now he wants to have his partner, a woman, come on and deal with all the detailed minutia about erectile dysfunction. I don't know. Could you talk to because I would dish her off on you on a Thursday. I'm just kidding. Can we talk to a woman about such without? Because I would think
I can. Sure.
You're talking to a woman about your penis. That would automatically cure your dysfunction, right?
Sure, I don't have a problem with it. It's just a penis.
But if let's just speculate. Or just whatever hypothetical. A hypothetical. Let's say you had erectile dysfunction, and then a woman comes in to talk to you about it. Wouldn't that immediately cure it? Like
not necessarily. Depends on the root cause of it.
Oh, you're saying that she's fat and ugly. That's what you're saying. That she's fat and ugly.
I didn't say that.
No, but come on. The whole world knows that's what you meant, right? The whole world, wherever chat rooms you're in. Please respond and say that he was fat shaming and ugly shaming women who won't fix his penis.
I did not know they made disposable speculums.
I don't even know what a speculum is.
Oh,
what are we talking about? I'm sorry to be uneducated and.
I don't think you're sorry to be uneducated. It's a tool used by gynecologists.
A tool, like a hammer and a chisel.
Exactly.
When I went to gynecology
like
school,
that, yeah. It's used exactly like a hammer and a chisel. You go pop and then try. Yes.
all right, changing the
Exactly.
subject just slightly here,
Yeah.
because I was painting roses, and I'm doing an extended a weekly thing on the painting roses, watercolor roses, acrylic roses, and almost all, not almost all of the people in the class are ladies, some of them older. But when I'm teaching, I want to say there is, Rosebud was William Randolph Hearst's nickname for his girlfriend's vagina there. But there is some, if you understand the vagina and all it's this, that's what it looks, the bud of a rose, the center of the rose is very vagina-like. And so how do
So
I
are many other flowers. So are many other flowers. And that's probably why they came up with the phrase deflowering. And do you have a Georgia O'Keeffe collection book?
a what?
A book
What?
of Georgia O'Keeffe's painting artwork.
No.
I used to have one.
Can I just finish my question?
Sure.
How do I go about addressing the likeness? Because what you're painting there, you
don't have to address it.
You don't?
Yeah.
Because that's what I do. I mean, they want to know my method for painting a rose. I just picture the clitoris, and so the clitoris it goes here up toward. You don't picture my method? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I wouldn't use that technique to describe my painting. No.
All right. Hi, Matt. You're doing well. I know I'm not doing well. Following up a party on Tuesday Eastern time. Wait, what? I have a party. Oh, 12:18. We haven't heard back from you. Where the fuck is it? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be doing this during the show, but 11968. Where the hell is 11968? Do you know? 11968 zip code. See, I'm doing paint business here. I don't know if you knew this about me, but I do paint. Suffolk County, New York, a watermelon. Yeah, I'll do it, baby. All right. What is Slaptail saying? Speculum is a type of tool. You have to specify like nasal speculum, vaginal speculum, rectal speculum. Could you not use a vaginal and rectal spectrum interchangeably? I don't know. I don't have much. I'm speculating about speculums. Can we please can you bring up a picture of one? Show us a picture of one, because I have to answer about this paint party.
So Slaptail, I'm assuming that either you didn't hear my thing about Viagra. The difference between Viagra being used as a heart medication as it being used for penile erectile dysfunction is the difference in the doses. And since you didn't correct me, I'm assuming one of three things. You didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I was
that's
right.
Probably,
no need to correct me. Or
that's probably correct, right?
Or you didn't hear it. So
didn't hear what?
Because I'm assuming that any chance you get to correct me, you would really love to correct me.
What was the question specifically? It's when did Viagra stop being a heart medicine, being a dick medicine?
No.
I think it was August 12th, 2026 or thereabouts.
Because it hasn't stopped being a heart medication.
Well, wouldn't
they just had to find a second. They had to find a second use for it. I don't think they were. They were looking for other uses for it. That happens when you have a prescription drug. I think you have like 7 years of like outright ownership before.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying it's all Fauci's fault.
No.
Okay.
It's Fauci's fault.
But when we lose gravity an hour ago, right? It was almost a whole hour ago, and isn't that a cure for because then it goes up, right? It's a cure for erectile losing gravity.
It'd still be flaccid.
Can we get a medical professional here to
You have a medical professional. Slaptail's right there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. He's not giving. He's talking about You're still hung up on speculums, man.
He was just trying to be helpful because I was being generic and he was being helpful. That's all.
He should have been helpful when we were talking about speculums, not when we're talking about erections.
He's working. He's busy. He's got he can't just tell a patient, "Excuse me, ma'am. I really would love to finish listening to the symptoms you're explaining, but I have to address these two buttholes over on StreamYard."
He says, "Working duh, work." Oh wait, working duh. It doesn't really work for angina. It is used for ED. It doesn't. Angina, no, it's not an angina, a penis. They're different. A woman has an angina, a man has a penis, right? So I don't. Some medical professional. He doesn't even know his physiology.
I know you're working. I'm saying you're working.
He's working on anginas with his speculum. He has a angina speculum, right? They do use it for pulmonary hypertension, I believe. Pulmonary hypertension.
Yeah, that's when your lung is super tense.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Like my hypertension is like my lung has ADHD or what hypertension. I don't know. Well, I'm all confused. You can see how easy it is to confuse me, right? All right. So sure. Is somebody busting your balls on StreamYard or something? What's going on? What's going? You're replying to people. Are they abusing you?
No, I wasn't. No, nobody busted my balls on StreamYard. Nobody even gives a shit about me on StreamYard.
Or I'm sorry to say
anywhere else for that matter.
Most yards, yes, most yards. Some yards they do.
Yeah, I mean, you have these shorts that you put out there, and if it has my face on it, it has no views.
Right.
That's what I noticed. My face, no views. Nobody gives a shit
about
No.
That's incorrect. People do click on you and the Rev. I don't know if you know this about yourself, but you do bear a striking resemblance to the Rev. But both you guys get lots of clicks on and I think it's you're picking up numbers on your own channel rather than the Mind Dog channel, because the Mind Dog channel gets clicks. They want to hear what you have to say. There was one. I'm sorry about this because I don't actually even pay attention to the reels before publishing them.
I know you don't give a shit.
But there was one with your face on it and said how I overcame erectile dysfunction, and it was your face. And I was like, well, I feel bad about this, but I'm hitting publish.
Oh yeah, anyway. Yeah, I did see that did get shown to me. That made it to my feed. And I'm like, and I thought to myself, and my first response was going to be like, I didn't overcome erectile dysfunction, but it's like I didn't have erectile dysfunction.
I'm not sure if it was me saying that or Galen Wilson, but
it's probably Galen Wilson. I didn't have to overcome it. I thought I had it for about a week or so.
The question I gave to him was about pornography being the beating off too much being the real cause of it, because I think like erectile dysfunction was a thing, being impotent was a thing before the internet, but it wasn't like, and maybe it's just because people talk about it, admit it more, but I'm thinking it increased the minute free porn started getting pumped into your house and everybody started beating off like there was no tomorrow. And there is no tomorrow, by the way. There is a tomorrow. But I'm thinking and I think if I heard him correctly, he was saying yes, that he admitted that he had a porn problem, and when he cut the porn out of his life, his dick got harder and better. So maybe
I think it also depends on what it is that gets you off, right? That makes a difference as well. Not just look, I can watch porn and it's no big deal. I actually am more attracted to the smell of a woman, than I am like a picture of a nude woman. Picture of a nude woman's like, oh, it's like, to me, it's like artwork.
So you like Natalie Cuomo?
I don't know who that is.
She's a comedian who says she likes the smell of her own farts.
Well, I haven't smelled her fart, so I don't know the answer. I can't.
I'm repulsed by that. If a woman says that to me, I mean, I know she's a comedian; she's going for laughs there.
Right?
But now,
Yeah.
before she said that, I thought maybe she's kind of hot. I would find. And now, when she says that, like, I never want to think about that again. Like, now if a guy
Yeah, but
said
then
that, hold on,
you have to
this
realize
is. I'm
you
pointing
can't
out my
separate.
hypocrisy because and my chauvinism. Because if a guy said that, I would think that was funny. But
Yeah, but
she
you wouldn't
said,
want to fuck him.
"I'd never want to fuck a guy." I don't know if you know this about me,
Yeah,
but
so that's what
I
I'm
don't want.
saying. But a female comedian, you probably want to fuck her.
Yeah. Well, now I
See,
never do.
so
I never will. I never think about that again. Or like every time I see her face, I think of the smell of farts.
yeah. So in other words, what goes on in her butt matters to you. I
Right.
didn't even think you.
No, what goes on outside of her butt or what comes out of her butt matters. Well, I just don't like the
But you
smell of
realize
farts.
it's just
Anybody's
that
farts.
she's. But okay, let's assume that she's not being truthful and she's just doing it for comedic value. She's not like me. I tell the truth, and I just have to make the truth funny. I'll make the truth as funny as I can make it without having to lie. And so, yeah, a lot of stuff I could make a lot funnier if I lied, but I don't want to lie because there's no skill. It doesn't take a lot of skill to lie.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. Can you think of a thing that would be funnier if you lie?
Yeah,
Do a
okay. For
classic
example,
TD bit from the Blind Mike
sure.
show.
I got circumcised at 50.
That's
And
right.
no,
Oh,
but
I'm sorry.
when one of the jokes I told, and I had to explain I told the people immediately that I know that's not true, but it was very funny for me to say this, and that is when I got circumcised, they brought out. I said before I got circumcised, they brought out a book to me of different penises to see what look I wanted. So and then I made a bunch of names for the penises. You know, like Sessa said, they called this the. Let's say they called this the Holmes. They called this the that. And so and they said, so would you? And I'm looking at the penises. I'm going like, well, I would like the. And of course, but I was making that up, but they were all laughing at it. And I was, I'm sorry. And then one lady goes, "Really? There's a book?" She'd never been circumcised. She didn't know.
In the hair and fashion book, hair and fashion industry, they call that a lookbook, where you're just looking at.
If I had known that, I would have called it a penis lookbook. But I didn't know that at the time, and so I was just saying. And most people, I said, most men don't know this because they get circumcised as babies. There's no point at showing the babies the book. They can't pick, so their parents pick for them. Or the doctor picks for them. They don't say, what the baby won't know. But as a grown man, you get to say, hey, this is how I want my penis to look. And so I went through this whole thing, and everybody's like really laughing. And then one lady, and I took it as far as I could. I gilded that lily. And then some lady goes, really? I said, no, there's no book. I'm sorry. I said, there is no book. They just snip and throw the extra skin away.
Let's test this out. Here goes my browser history. Penis lookbook.
If it tells you you're about to switch to an adult-only page, don't click on it.
A penis lookbook generally refers to a published photography, art, or educational coffee table book featuring the male anatomy. Well-known titles range from artistic and historical photo collections. The Big Penis Book, Manhood, The Reality, Penis. So apparently there are. Because I was thinking there was an opportunity here for us.
I have a book downstairs. I have a book downstairs. I have to. It's called No, I can't remember the name of it. It's something about the problems with having too big a penis, or something like that. It's downstairs in my library. I think I still have it. I may have lent it to somebody. I don't know.
There are so many different penis lookbooks out there. This is crazy. Manhood, The Bare Reality by Laura Dodgeworth. She just did this because guys were sending her dick pics, right? And she noticed they all look different.
Slaptail says, I lie quite a bit in my act. However, I do comedy as my character that is clearly disturbed. Yeah, and I get that. So yeah. And I'm just saying it's not for me. You know, I'm just saying that some people lie. You know, they can just like they just live, like they'll say like, I got attacked by 15 midgets in a parking lot. And to me, they do that because they start off with one confrontation with one person. They go, oh, that's not funny enough. And then they keep going until they find a number that works. And I said like, oh no, this is what happened. Let me find a word that works so I can, make it funny with the word. Like my father was a cheater. My father, used to fuck almost anything that had a heartbeat, as long as it was old enough to consent. With the exception of my mother, that was the one exception.
He never fucked your mother?
No, he didn't. He didn't have to. He didn't care about consent.
Oh, all right. You made your point. I feel like you made your point. Can you just wrap this up?
Well, I'll just say so. But my father was so. Rather than just say that my father cheated, I have other ways of saying it. Like I said, my father had a meandering penis.
Meandering penis.
Yes, meandering penis, and that usually gets usually it's generally something that gets a laugh.
Magic Martin is over there in Cardiff.
And I said my father has a meandering penis, and he also had dyslexia.
You made the point about meandering pussy. Cardiff. Check on Jamie Dykes because he's in Cardiff. You Cardiff. I don't know. You know who's from Cardiff? The biggest Magic Martin probably knows this. Who's the biggest celebrity to ever come out of Cardiff? You probably don't even know what country. He says UK, but it's a little country named after a big fish. Not really.
So, Mr. Martin, did you mark yourself safe in Facebook? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be marking themselves safe on Facebook, saying Magic Martin marked himself safe after not losing gravity, or marked himself safe after the total eclipse.
The answer to that, because I was looking at paint party stuff.
Oh, that's true. That's Slaptail. This is true. A lot of people do believe what you say, and we know that because of all the drinks that Jerry got afterwards.
So he was never really in the Cub Scouts, was he?
I don't know if he was never in the Cub Scouts.
Oh, well.
Okay, so all right, Magic Martin, not Magic Mike. Magic Martin has marked himself safe.
You discounted 314. That's rude of you.
I didn't discount the 314. I thought that was pi.
Oh, okay. Oh, 3.14.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's not enough decimal points, and there's no decimal point, right?
But if you put a decimal point in it and you screw up it won't. Then it's not at Magic Martin. You don't see decimal points there.
Yeah, right.
And I don't know if that's a random thing or if that's his birthday, March 14th. Or actually, since he's in England,
he's not in England. You're wrong. He's not in England. He's in the UK, but not in England.
Over there. Okay, over there, where they put the month first. No, they put the day first, and then the month. But April does not have 31 days.
He's in Wales.
Okay.
He's a prince of Wales. No, I'm kidding. But who now? I there was a question on the table about Cardiff, the most famous celebrity to ever come out of Cardiff.
Kim Kardashian.
Nothing strange in Indiana. Guess our government found the solution. Not necessarily a government solution. It could have been just a freelance.
It could be a privatized solution.
Do you want me to give you the answer? You're going to Google it, the most famous celebrity to come out of Cardiff? Come on, chat room. You don't give a shit. That. It's not unusual for you not to give a shit.
No,
Delilah would give a
Hopkins.
shit.
Magic Martin says Anthony Hopkins.
I disagree. And Anthony Hopkins is pretty big, though. I don't know. With Tom Jones. But
that's not unusual to give it. See, why would I give a shit?
Tom Jones, right. Tom Jones. You're absolutely right. Tom Jones. I think Tom Jones. Who is. How do we.
No, Tom Jones would be bigger up to a point.
But he was still on The Voice, right? And he's like a judge on The Voice now.
That just goes to show you that he's not famous anymore.
The most, you know what? I'm going to Google this famous. How do we do? Who's more? Is there a thing like a celebrity kind of scale where we judge who's more famous?
The most famous most famous person to come out of Cardiff, Wales.
Why is there another Cardiff?
I don't know. I didn't give a shit about this one until you
Wow.
forced it down my throat.
You know what? You're pissing off our big Cardiff audience. I don't know. Yeah, there is another Cardiff.
Look, we're number one in Zimbabwe. I care about Zimbabwe. I don't care about any other place where we're not number one.
This is sad. The most Google's lying to me. It says the most important famous person ever to come out of Cardiff, Wales is
Sean Connery,
children's author Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl. Nobody's ever heard it. Nobody, even his mother.
Maybe they're the most famous person to them. In other words, not our standards. Maybe it's their standard. So, like, if you go down Cardiff, there's like 19 streets named after that person, but only one street named after Anthony Hopkins and one street named after Tom Jones. But this person has like 19 libraries named after them.
Yeah.
See, you can't apply your Anglo-centric values to Cardiff.
You're such a racist, Anglo-centric.
I'm being a Cardiff defender.
Oh.
Saying their opinions about their town matters more than your opinions about their town.
Oh.
You don't tell them who their most famous export is. They decide who their
I would have thought Jamie Dykes. Sir Anthony Hopkins has a higher level of global cross-generational fame than Sir Tom Jones. They're both sirs. How do they both? It's like everybody in Cardiff gets knighted. What the hell is that all about? Due to his iconic status in Hollywood and 2 Academy Awards, while Tom Jones is a legendary, globally recognized powerhouse vocalist with massive mainstream hits. That doesn't answer the question. Fame comparison, global reach, accolades. They name Anthony Hopkins as more famous than Tom Jones. I don't know. My mother would disagree. She didn't have one Anthony Hopkins record in her collection.
That's okay. My mother was a huge Tom Jones fan, and she didn't have any of his movies.
Well, wasn't there a children's book, Tom Jones, or something? It's been good. Gotta go now. Well, peace. Well, do come back, Magic Martin. We'll do a Gravity show again tomorrow when Gravity will just stay. But as far as
it was nice to have you, Martin. I appreciate you hanging out for us while you did. It was good. Cool.
And look up Jamie Dykes there in Cardiff. He's a friend of the program. He used to have a show on this network, but then he went back to work after the COVID. He's a comedian. I use that loosely because he's probably just back to.
Is that the one that's dying and Carl is waiting to take over his family?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, check him out before he dies. He's not in good health.
He's not really dying.
If you're going to look him up, you better do it quick. He's not in good health.
Let me just say, he's not really dying. It's Carl's wishful thinking. Because
I think Carl's been doing something to his drink. I think he's dying. He just hasn't been diagnosed yet.
Carl definitely wants to get with his wife.
You know how many ways you can disguise the taste of hemlock and not know that you're being killed?
You notice Carl hasn't been on in a while. Maybe he got with Jamie Dykes' wife.
But Carl is already married. He'd have to have a double life. He'd have to have an alibi to get in and out of.
Carl used to live in Cardiff, but he wasn't a native Walesian. He's a Englander. He was from London or Manchester, right? Yeah, he's a Manchester guy. You would think with a name like Man, that's where he would come from. But he's always wanted to get. Well, I'm not talking to you. Jesus. Anyway, he's always wanted to get with Jamie Dykes' wife, and whatever. People have their things.
It's also possible that they have gotten together. They just haven't mentioned it because they're only keeping it like, no, nothing's ever happened. She's just a friend.
But then Carl just ran away with some Brazilian woman, right? And you say she's just a friend. And
he didn't run away with her. He ran away back. He ran back with her.
He stole her from Brazil.
Yes.
All right.
Brazil's #1 import is women, wives.
You know, yesterday I was asked to organize a field trip for the art students to Italy. It doesn't seem like, first of all, if you're talking to me and you're using the word organized, you're confused. because I am not organized, and there's no way. If I organize a field trip to Italy, it's not going to be organized. It's going to be throwing shit and seeing what sticks. What is he saying? Just watch Anthony Hopkins reading Dylan
Thomas.
My eyes are going epic.
He just sent me a video that I had forgotten about.
Here, watch me read the medicine label.
I think it's Captain Beefheart.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I had forgotten all about that band. And then he sent me a video. It's probably the only song of theirs I really know. And I remember, as soon as I started playing, I remember this song. I remember Us. But I think that song came out in 74, but I don't think I heard it until 78. After I've been playing guitar for like a year.
Man, you're old. Holy
and
shit.
the band that I was playing, I think we covered that song. Or at least we played it in rehearsal, or at least we learned it. I don't think we played it live anywhere. I don't remember playing it live. Are there songs like that that you've rehearsed so many times you just can't remember if you played it live anywhere?
Yeah.
I think that's one of them. But we didn't have a lead guitar player. We had a lead violinist. All of our lead guitar parts was done by a violinist. Phenomenal musician. Phenomenal.
I remember he went to high school with Frank Zappa, but I don't think he was ever in the Mothers of Invention or played with Frank Zappa. Zappa did produce and help Beefheart avant-garde masterpiece Trout Mask Replica in 1969. I don't know any, but you're old. You were around for all this stuff. That's strange. Captain Beefheart, Old Gray Whistle Stop. Woe is me, bop. I'm gonna booglerize you, baby. Isn't that J.D. Vance's song? I'm gonna booglerize you, baby. I'm sorry.
The Legend of Booger Vance.
That was just a cheap shot. I'm sorry.
I'm surprised that it didn't get more response. The Legend of Booger Vance. I thought that was short. It was cute. It was clever. And nothing. It's like five.
Where did you put it? That you were expecting response. I mean, who saw it? Who knew? I heard about it.
I put it on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Wow, that's everywhere.
Blue Sky.
Huh.
Yeah, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube, and Facebook.
Dominica. Or what do you mean?
They say I'm losing Dominic Cabordo.
I'm losing my gravity in I'm farting like crazy for an hour. Well, then you would kind of no, the methane is not an accelerant, and you would kind of blast off from that.
Our digestive system is independent of gravity. That's why you can eat an apple upside downwards. You chew it and swallow it, and it still goes.
Have you ever done that experiment? Because that seems scary to me.
Yeah, I've done it. What you got to watch out for is getting any juices up your nose.
How'd you get upside down? You just did like an inversion table thing?
I was a kid. I stood on my head and leaned against the wall.
Wow. Look at you. So you're talking about the 1800s then? You were a kid.
Well, they still had walls back then, yeah.
Wow.
They didn't have walls in the 1800s.
So this gravity thing coming back. Because
I just want to answer this concern. If you're releasing the fart, you're not going to fly away because the gas, which is what would have made you lighter, it's been dissipated.
Where is Lenny Kravitz when you need him? Right? To fly away. It appears, because remember, I think you would call it Flat Earth Dave was on this program touting his app for global. It was a Flat Earth hookup app, and he was showing us how it worked, and it was using GPS to locate your close flat earthers to you, and like hello global positioning. You use it to prove I mean, for the flat Earth people, dating app, it was using Google's GPS system. It seems like the irony of that. Flew right over his head.
That sounds like somebody on a money grab. Somebody who
Right.
does not
No,
believe in
that's
flat
exactly
earthers.
the point I'm making. So that flat earthers is definitely a money grab thing.
Well, I'm just
Where
saying the
is
person who developed the dating app, they were doing a money grab. It's like how you because if they were a flat earther, they wouldn't have believed that the GPS satellite would have worked. If they were a true flat earther, money grab or not, they would have said, "Why am I doing this?"
That's right.
So
So, and he's one of the leading advocates of this flat Earth thing. And so I'm thinking the only thing that he sticks with this is for his grift, because he's been to Antarctica and seen that the sun didn't set. He knows some of the facts that he was saying are absolutely lies. Some of
right.
the supposed facts he was saying are
But like
absolutely lies.
Trump, like the whole thing with the reflecting pool, he
Right.
knows he knows what happened. The contractor's refinishing it. Was supposed to be refinishing it because he botched it.
Right.
Janine Pirro says we don't have the evidence. It was
And
faulty
you would think we
lighting.
don't have the evidence when Trump said we have clear video that shows him. Well, wouldn't that constitute evidence? And if
Yeah.
that's
So and with all that withstanding, Trump still wants to prosecute him. They said, "Well, find something else to prosecute him on."
okay, but
It
keeping
doesn't
to
matter.
the point I was building to, if flat Earth is a grift, and I think it is, and it's about money, where is
Yeah.
the grift in losing gravity? Who could you, by the time? I mean, how do you, because you gave it a time and a extinction or whatever expiration date on it, you don't have time to really gain the money. So what was the point of this whole hoax about gravity?
Well,
Nobody
in
was
that case,
making money.
then it's a matter of getting money from clicks.
Money from clicks. Oh, it's
Yeah,
like
people
me.
click on.
I probably
not
got a few.
clicks, not clicks, clicks. Like on the thing.
Yeah, no, I probably got a few extra clicks just because I did this about. I don't know if that's true, but yeah, that's definitely true. What am I saying? I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, but I
So,
don't think you're getting paid by the clicks, right? You don't get paid
so
clicks money.
no, but maybe I haven't considered it. Maybe I'm the one who started this whole thing for my own self clickness, right? Maybe I'm the one. You think? And I don't even know it.
I would hate to think that you would stoop to such shenanigans.
Yeah. Apparently, you don't know me very well.
Well, I didn't say I just said I would hate to think, so
All
I just don't think about it.
Yeah.
I just know. I don't think. I just know you stoop low.
Yeah,
I just don't think about it.
Shenanigans was my maiden name when I was a maiden.
Back
So,
when you were yeah. Back when you were an Irish.
Yeah. How to safely watch the solar eclipse? Well, you don't stare at it, right? But
Of course, but then there's the idiots. I'm not going to mention Donald Trump by name because that's low hanging rotten fruit.
do you have a window where you are? Can you see if it's dimming at all? Because it's
I have a window. I keep it closed to my skin when I open it.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it's getting any darker here. Like the whole solar eclipse thing was just a. Yeah, there is that part is right? The solar eclipse, or is that let me see. It's live view of the solar eclipse. I think I did this.
Remember when I used to have my window open? The first year I was on the show, people kept asking me if I was okay. Why are you so red?
No. Oh yeah, I remember people asking you why you were so red.
Yeah. So I closed the window, which I really do not like doing because outside my window I have bird feeders just so I can watch the birds eat. And now by the time the show's over, when I open the window, the food is all gone and the birds left. They don't.
I'm not sure how the red, the opening the window equates to you being red.
I don't know either, but I have like there's I can show you some video of me on stage, and there's different camera angles, and depending on the camera angles are untouched. I did not touch up the lighting or anything. You switch from one camera to the other, and I am different shades of red and brown.
Huh. So
and it's the same lighting on the stage.
It's literally the same lighting. I use the same stage. The only difference is the position of the cameras, the angle that it's approaching me at. And I'm either bright red or because all the cameras are white balanced before the show started.
See, everybody's confusing the hell out of me because there's one upcoming live stream of the solar eclipse will happen at 10:30 a.m. PDT, which is 7:30 a.m. on right. 10:30 PDT. Yeah, 7:30 our time. No, I have it backwards. 10:30 our time. So 1:30 in the afternoon is when it will be here Eastern time, according to this one. The other one said 9:33 Eastern time. What the hell is it? Because oh no, I'm confusing the loss of gravity with the time of the solar eclipse, right? So it's easy to confuse me, obviously. But so we've passed the window of time for the loss of gravity, but the solar eclipse is still going to happen in 2.5 hours, right? That's
yeah, right. Sure. I guess.
I can't get excited for seeing a solar eclipse. Oh, look, it got dark. I see that every night around 8 o'clock here, right? It gets dark.
Yeah.
So what's the big excitement? Remember Trump looking right at it when they were telling you don't look at it. He was looking right at it.
Yeah, I remember.
He's an idiot. I don't know if you noticed about him, but he's an idiot.
Yeah, he's basically a 7-year-old kid. He's a 7-year-old kid who never developed a 7-year-old brain. He's a 7-year-old kid in a 80-year-old body with a 4-year-old mentality.
With a 3-day-old wig, because he just got a new wig, and it's awful.
Yeah, there were some people. They were talking. There's a whole segment on the show talking about his hair and how it looked fuller after 2 days or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a new wig.
I don't care.
He just bought it. You don't care about his new wig?
I don't care. But look, I don't care. The man's a fraud and he's a danger to the country. That's my major concern.
Wow.
And not just that he's a. And the thing is, it didn't start with him, but he's like a fucking magnet for it. He took a lot of the stuff that people had theories about, like, these are norms. They're not laws. What happens if we break the norms? There's no law against breaking norms. And they go, right. But we need somebody to test that.
Well, Norm died. I don't know if you knew this about Norm, but he died.
Yeah, George Wendt.
Yeah. No, not George. A different Norm. I'm talking about Norm Macdonald.
Not Norm Crosby.
The best Norm. The best Norm there ever was Norm Macdonald. I don't know if you know that about him.
I don't think so. I think the best Norm there ever was Norm from my statistics class. My chemistry class.
Oh, you taught chemistry? Where did you teach chemistry?
In class.
In class. Well, that makes perfect sense then.
Yeah. Where would you think I'd teach chemistry? In the streets? I'm not a drug dealer.
Oh, that's no, in a meth lab is a good thing.
No.
So anyway, it doesn't look like it looks like this thing was all bullshit, and I can't figure out who capitalized on it, or how I should have figured out a way to capitalize on it.
If I had thought about it, if I'd known about it, I would have sold anti-grav boots.
If you're an anti-grabber who is just tuning in for the first time, I would like to inform you of our Sunday morning program. If you're a religious person at all, you might want to tune in to the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time. This Sunday, he's going to be doing another episode of Looking for God in All the Wrong Places. And one of those places is Sympathy for the Devil. You're not going to find much God over there in the Sympathy for the Devil. In fact, you won't even find much devil over there, right? Does he even say, here come the devil? Yeah, he does say that. But
I don't know if he says that. I think he says, please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste.
Right, but in the end, don't know. Am I thinking of Sammy Davis Jr. going, here come the judge? No, in the end, where Keith Richards, no, it wasn't Keith Richards. Who was it? Mick Jones? One of those guys doing that guitar riff there. Woo, woo. Now, what are you going to make it a who's? That's a good one.
Well, let me see.
Who, the devil. That's
no, he doesn't say here I come.
Get down, damn it.
Oh. So tonight I have an author, a wedding planner author, who's been on the show. She's been on the morning show. Now she's going to be on the evening show. What's her name? Sandy Malone. And she's the author of Escape from Jekyll Island. Jekyll Island is a place where people go to have
Jekylls.
Destination weddings.
Right.
I'm not big on the whole. I think it's a scam by the travel industry. Like, why do you need to go someplace to get married? You get married.
Isn't everything a scam by somebody? Just about.
No, is this a scam?
I said just about.
Just about. You're right.
Yeah, isn't everything a scam? Just about.
It's just about
everything's a scam.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad about it. You know what? If you'd like to send us money, you can send us money on the website, minduptv.com.
Yeah. I'm thinking about doing a Patreon page for myself for my comedy. And I kept thinking, I don't have anything to offer. There's no reason. But there's like hundreds of people out there with Patreon pages, and it's like, watch this. You can see my video. You can see my videos almost anywhere. Most of them aren't really that great, not that interesting. But there's something I can offer that's very, very unique. And you inspired me because you could do a Patreon page and say that you'll do if you reach this level of donations, you can get a painting by me.
Right.
Okay, you could do it. So I'm thinking, because this is something I do for Carol's relatives, not mine. For their birthday, I write them their own distinct, individualized poem for their birthday cards.
You are like the Henry Gibson of Coffee with the Dog.
Yeah. So, so I work in things like their family, their pets, or, their hometown or whatever it is. I work it into a 16-line poem. But roughly 16 lines, because most cards, it'll fit on almost any card as long as and the type doesn't have to get too small. I can still go with like a 10 size font. A 10, was it pica?
Like a limerick is a 5-line thing. What would a 16?
Yeah, I don't really like to do limericks. I do poems.
No, but I'm just saying. So 5 lines is called a limerick. What would a 16-line poem be called?
Well, there are sonnets, which are 16. There's
Olympidic, right? Olympidic. No, I'm sorry. That was an unfair jab at your erectile dysfunction.
I don't have erectile dysfunction.
You just won't admit to it. You're like one of these women with the nose job. You're like Deanna Kendrick.
I thought I had it. I thought I had it for about 2 or 3 weeks. I just lost my job. I was worried about money and stuff like that. This was 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And I approached my wife about it, and I said, because I could perform, I just couldn't perform very long. And so I addressed the elephant in the room, and I said to my wife, do you think I need to get ED drug? And she goes, her answer was, do you think you need one?
No, I think you just need some new pussy as well. But let me just say, this is a potential scam thing here. In my sophomore year in college, there were some freshman girls it was their first week, and we were introduced, and I told them I was a virgin because I knew that would represent a challenge to them, who would be the first one to fuck me, because they wouldn't fuck me if there was no challenge on the table. So now by telling them I was a virgin, they were all wanting to be the first one to fuck me. I was not. I don't know if you know this about me, but I was lying.
When I was in high school, my brother used to tell everybody I was gay.
Yeah,
and as a result of that, I had a good number of young ladies wanting to make me straight by having sex with me.
So this erectile dysfunction could be by putting it out there. Women want to put, well, he just needs to. I could fix that because I'm so fucking.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with it. And if my wife catches me fucking with another woman, I will have erectile dysfunction, and nobody's going to be able to fix it.
So what you're saying, she hasn't caught you yet?
I'm saying that she would devastate demolish.
But she hasn't caught you yet, right? I'm correct in that.
She can't catch me if I don't do it right.
Mm-hmm.
You can't catch what I don't do.
So you heard the confession here, folks. He does it all the time, and he just hasn't got caught yet. So,
you can't catch me if I don't do it.
Yeah, catch me if you can. Right. I catch a drift. I didn't mean to catch.
It's funny when I was back when it was my first wife. I used to go to clubs to listen to bands and then then interview them for my radio station.
Yeah, sounded like an excuse to step out on the wife already. Go ahead.
And I used to invite my wife to go with me. She goes, "You know, I don't like to do," but every weekend I'd say,
"Perfect scam, perfect scam."
Go with me.
You got like I asked you to come. Yeah, knowing she would say no. I get it. All right, continue.
So there was this young lady, a redhead. I remember. Yeah, I know.
You just cured my erectile dysfunction. Did you see that?
And very attractive redhead young lady, and I had an affinity. I had an affinity for redheads. So I was sitting at the bar, waiting for my friend Larry to come back, and she comes over, offers to buy me a drink. And I said, "You can buy me a drink, but that's as far as it's going to go." And she goes, she's trying to pick me up, and I explained to her. I said, "Look, I'm married," and she goes, Your wife probably already thinks you're cheating on her." I said, "She does. She always thinks I'm cheating on her." She goes, "Well, you might as well, if you're going to be accused of cheating on her, you might as well and get the fruits of your labor. You might as well enjoy it, because she's gonna, whether you do it or not, she's gonna think you did it."
I'm gonna hire her to be my lawyer. I like it.
And I said to her, I said, "Yeah, but if I sleep with you, I will not have the moral high ground anymore. So when my wife accuses me of cheating, I would not be able to say I didn't."
Yeah,
this
but
way I can still
let's
say
be
I
honest.
didn't.
You weren't going to sleep anyway. The sleeping part is just it's just
back when I was in my 20s, I had
longevity,
and
I
could.
sleeping.
Well, the other person would sleep sometimes.
Yeah.
I would get dressed and leave.
You're the Bill Cosby of the Coffee with the Dog show. Then. Yeah.
But yeah, so I've never cheated on a wife or a girlfriend. So that is still my moral high ground. I've never cheated in a relationship.
But you cheated on a guy, on a boyfriend.
No, I've never cheated in a relationship, period.
All right. I guess we should wrap this up then.
They call that a condom.
I don't know if you know this, but my life is spinning out of control, and I need to take some steps to stop it, because I'm about to lose gravity for myself. And so there's things going on that you're not privy to, and I say privy because it sounds like
that's the polite way of saying toilet.
Yeah, it sounds like I know things, and I don't know things. You know that, right? You know that I don't know. Anyway, so I got to stop my life from spinning out of control, and I'm not sure. You think this God guy might help? God? No. He doesn't care about me, right?
He does. It's not that God doesn't care. God doesn't know.
Dude, he's all knowing. All knowing.
No, God is not all knowing. That's a myth. As a matter of fact, it's in the Bible that God is not all knowing. Many places.
What page? Page 6?
Go back to let me see. It's
page 3.
I'm trying to remember where Jacob's ladder is. Jacob's ladder. But basically they make the point that the angels report back to God. And if God already knew, he wouldn't need the angels to report back to him.
Right. All right.
Right? Yeah, I mean, you don't need to,
Well, maybe he's just testing to see which of the angels is going to lie to him.
But if he's all knowing, he already knows what the angels would lie.
That's a good point. But maybe he's testing them.
Why test something you already know?
Because he wants to.
Do you go around dropping shit in your house because you're trying to test gravity? No.
No, but if you're looking...
As a matter of fact, you probably go out of your way to make sure shit doesn't fall in your house because you don't have to test the gravity.
But if you're going to prosecute somebody for perjury, you got to get them on the stand. And even if you know they're going to perjure themselves, even if you have advanced knowledge that they're going to perjure themselves.
There's no trial. There's nobody on the trial. God's not putting the angels.
The angels
on trial.
are on trial. The angels are on trial.
They're not. There's no.
I don't know if you know this about the Jacob's Ladder, but it's a Huey Lewis in the news song. Did you know that? Rung by rung.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it's the same point.
It was it was a Huey Lewis and the news song before it was in the Bible.
Oh, now that I did not know.
See,
and for that I stand corrected. I really was oblivious to that fact.
Why you come on? I'm saying so basically, and that makes you come on.
It turns her on, yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is you're not all knowing either. Because you didn't know.
I know I'm not all knowing. It's funny. The other day, I said something.
I better hit a B because that's the first time you ever admitted to not knowing something. All right, guys.
I think I'm surrounded by people who think that I don't know that I make mistakes. So my wife and I were watching a show, and there's something happening in the plot, and one of two things has to happen. And this is what I said to my wife. I said, one of two things has to happen in order for this show to work. And then I picked the wrong one. I said, either this has to happen or this is going to happen. And I picked the first, I was right the first time. And then I changed my mind and said, no, they're probably going to go the other way because the other way is less obvious. And it was the way that I said it first. And I said, oh, okay, I was wrong. And my wife goes, I'm going to write that down. That's the first time you've ever said you were wrong. And I looked at my wife. I looked at her first. I've been married to you for 20 fucking years. Do you think there's ever been a time that I have to admit that I'm right? No. I said, that is so stupid. You know damn well that I admit I'm wrong whenever I'm wrong. It just doesn't happen that often.
I think you're wrong about that. I think you're wrong about that.
There's a difference between me not admitting I'm wrong and it not happening enough for people to remember when I'm wrong. Totally different thing.
I don't remember, but I think you're wrong.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
All right. What are you wrong about this time? Nobody remembers, but we know you were wrong. It doesn't matter what you were wrong about. Just knowing you were wrong is enough. You know what you were wrong about? You were wrong when you said because I know you started this whole thing about gravity. You were wrong.
Okay.
So, I was thinking, is it kind of like the rapture thing? Maybe they got that guy who was calling for the rapture every 6 months or so. Wouldn't that look like a loss of gravity?
I don't know, but I have a question for anybody who has a G6 glucose monitor. Okay. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to stand up and show you guys something. Okay. See this right here? See this spot here?
No.
This is where my glucose monitor is. It's right here. Oh damn it. It's right here. That's my glucose monitor right there. This is my receiver, which has been in this pocket right here. See the distance from here to here? Right there, right? This has been going off for the past hour, telling me that it cannot communicate with my sensor, which is right here. Not even 18 inches away. It can't communicate. It lost communications. And it says, you will not receive alerts, alarms, or sensor glucose readings. How the fuck is it going to lose a signal 20-something inches, 18 inches away? I can put it on the other side of the room now, 6 feet away, and it picks it up just fine. Is my stomach that fat, that dense, that it cannot get a signal through my stomach?
I think it's just a Wi-Fi connect, Bluetooth, whatever it is however they connect.
So whatever, it can't go through my belly.
No, it's not good with fatty material. I
just said my stomach is so fat that
it's not so fat. It's fatty tissue, fat, but it doesn't mean so fat. It could be like just a little bit of fat. It's not good with fatty tissue.
If I had less fatty tissue, it would work, is what you're saying.
I have a fatty tissue right here. Well, no, this is actually
that's solution tissue.
Paper towels. Clothes.
It's probably used.
No, not yet. And why do you need a glucose monitor anyway? Can't you just tell? Oh, my glucose is getting low. I need to.
No,
you can't just tell. Like, Wow, I feel glucosey.
No, but actually, my glucose can drop down to 40, and I can't tell the difference between when it's 40 and it's 100 and 150. I don't feel the difference at all.
I'm not even sure what those numbers mean, but
I can't tell I can't feel the difference now. In the beginning, when I first, because my glucose, my blood sugar was like around 300 or something, and they put me on the glucose monitor. And whenever I got around 90, I could feel it. When I get between 100 and 90, I could feel it, and I was like getting really weak, and I felt like I needed sugar. And I was telling my doctor that, and I said, I guess I'm just getting used to not having that much sugar in my blood, but I would get weak. But now I could drop down to 40, and my body's like and actually, it makes more. I used to panic when it would drop down to 40, and I used to panic and drink a soda. And then I learned I didn't have to drink a whole soda. I could just drink like a sip or so. And then I learned if I don't do anything, it's my body starts producing whatever it is it needs to produce, and it goes from 40 to 75, and it climbs right back up to 90.
Can people around you tell? In other words, like just say you were hanging out with somebody like Slaptail, and you started telling like a really boring, wasted story. Would that be an indication to somebody? People around you notice, hey, look, he's doing it again. Must be low blood sugar.
No, because I can tell the same boring stories at 200 or at 40.
Yeah, but we noticed.
So nobody can tell the difference.
Wow.
You wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
I think they're a little less sugary.
Now, I maybe if I'm moving around, there might be a difference. Yeah, like if I'm outside working, I can feel the difference. But like if I'm sitting here just doing the show, I can't feel the difference. But if I'm outside working, I can feel the difference.
You're never really working anyway. You're not working.
Oh yeah, I do lots of yard work. You know, I used to do yard work. I used to do the show from my yard. And if you don't believe me, I'll start doing the show from the yard again.
That's not work. You enjoy it too much for it to be work.
I do enjoy it, but it's still work. It's labor intensive and work. And I'm talking about work in the sense of physics, where you can be measured.
So let me just get this straight. When you're outside working, are you walking?
But not. I'm walking around. But look at this hair. Do I look like I'm walking around nappy?
Yeah.
listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now.